So it looks like Shadow President Elon Musk has a new battle on his hands. This time it's with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Take a look at this clip.
The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is suing ex-owner Elon Musk. The lawsuit claims Musk failed to disclose in 2022 that he had a minority stake in X, formerly known as Twitter, as required by regulators, and that he bought shares of the platform at artificially low prices and underpaid investors before becoming Twitter's owner. Musk's lawyer denies wrongdoing and claims the SEC has been harassing Musk for years. Musk is now tasked by President-elect Trump in finding ways to slash government waste.
All right, I just want to break that down a little bit. So basically, the SEC is suing Musk because he did not properly disclose his ownership of Twitter. I refuse to call it X, for those of you who are wondering, which would have been required by federal law. And that's the disclosing of his ownership, not continuing to say Twitter. So basically, he was allowed to buy, not allowed, he was able to buy shares at the platform's artificially low prices before he closed his $44 billion deal to acquire Twitter in October of 22. By acquiring a significant percentage of shares, and by March of 2022, he owned about 5% of the company's common stock. He would have been required to disclose that within 10 calendar days, and the filing alleges that Musk failed to do this by April 4th, 2022. The suit alleges, quote, had Musk and his wealth manager disclosed his ownership as required, the stock price would likely have increased significantly, unquote. Yes, that sounds pretty illegal to me. Musk has actually been up to a lot lately. I think he's been hanging out with my uncle too much because there are a plethora of lawsuits being filed both by him and against him. But before we get into the litigiousness that's happening, I just want to ask you, please like and share this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. After you subscribe, just click on the bell because that way you will be informed anytime a new video drops. It is completely free. If you're listening to this on a podcast platform, welcome and thank you for following us. Also, please give us a 5-star review because it really does help other people find our content. All right, back to Twitter. Things aren't looking great at Twitter, which is facing a class action suit. Elon Musk and his company urged the Ninth Circuit to reject an appeal by laid-off Twitter Inc. employees, saying their case failed because the social media platform didn't offer a severance plan governed by the Employee Retirement Income Security Act, also known as ERISA. Musk and his company told the Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit that the workers have not identified any plan documents that could establish the existence of a benefit plan governed by ERISA. This failure could potentially be fatal to the proposed class action, which seeks more than $500 million in severance payments on behalf of thousands of former employees, the defendant said. Now, $500 million sound like a lot of money, but that's probably what we would find under all of the couches in Elon Musk's many, many houses. So it seems a bit petty, but then again, we're talking about Elon Musk. Moving on, we have some alarming news. Since Musk bought Twitter in 2020, he's opened discussions for a quote-unquote everything app, which reflects his vision of creating an app that's akin to China's WeChat. The plan is for Twitter to replace YouTube, LinkedIn, FactTime, dating apps, your banking information, while introducing new features and making algorithms open source while combating spam accounts and promoting free speech. Well, for Nazis anyway. Wednesday morning, Musk posted a plea searching for engineers to help with this new project. Quote, we don't care where you went to school or even whether you went to school. Just show us your code, unquote. But there are more lawsuits. In 2015, when OpenAI launched, Sam Altman touted his close relationship with Musk, the CEO of Tesla. Things aren't looking so good between them right now, though. Musk filed a lawsuit against OpenAI and Altman, alleging that the company has deviated from its original mission of developing AI for the benefit of humanity by prioritizing profit. Wow, pot, kettle. Good to see you guys. Uh, Musk is a co-founder of OpenAI, which basically means that he takes credit for all the stuff that OpenAI does, while probably having absolutely nothing to do with the development of their materials. But anyway, Musk claims that Altman's leadership led to a shift towards a for-profit model, particularly through a significant investment deal with Microsoft. OpenAI has refuted Musk's allegations, describing the lawsuit as both frivolous and incoherent. See, that's Donald influence for you. This legal dispute highlights the tension between the pursuit of profit and the commitment to ethical AI development. You want to place a bet on which one is going to win? The outcome of this lawsuit could have significant implications for the future of AI research and the responsibilities of organizations in this field. And I would suggest that the worst thing to do is to leave such things up to the people running the companies. Just this year, Musk expanded his lawsuit against OpenAI, which now includes Microsoft as a defendant. And he's also introduced federal antitrust claims. The lawsuit alleges that OpenAI and Microsoft are attempting to monopolize the generative artificial intelligence market by sidelining competitors and restricting investment opportunities to companies that agree not to collaborate with rivals. This is what happens when you have way too much money and way too much time on your hands. Elon basically is into everything right now. And he's touting this on Twitter, including his attempts to hijack the global conversation on politics, technology, and anything else he has a misguided and oftentimes dangerous opinion about. This past Sunday, The Guardian wrote about how figures like Musk and Donald influence public discourse and policy through their control of social media platforms. For example, according to Influence on Public Debate, individuals like Musk, who own and control major social media platforms, can significantly sway public debate and policy decisions. It also helps if you're sitting next to the guy who's going to be president of the United States all day long. Musk's statements on Twitter have led to immediate political reactions in countries like the United Kingdom and Germany. The UK, for example, is expediting policies following Musk's provocative comments about what's going on in their governments. By the way, just to be clear, the interference Musk is engaged in Germany and Great Britain is that he's aligning himself with far right parties in both of those countries. We're also seeing the erosion of democratic processes. The concentration of communicative power in the hands of the very few tech moguls undermines traditional democratic processes. There's a considerable concern that public discourse is being shaped by personal whims and interests of these individuals rather than through collective democratic deliberation. Okay, yes, there's a significant concern, and the reason there's a significant concern is because that's actually what's happening. For some reason, Musk feels that he has the right to meddle in everything. But why wouldn't he? In this country, certainly, we value wealth more than anything else. We allow people to have the kind of obscene acquisitions of wealth that Musk now controls. And he has the ability, because of that, to hold himself above everybody else. He has inserted himself into the inner workings of the United States government, even though nobody voted for him for anything. And he has absolutely no experience in how governments, particularly this one, are run. Musk has shown himself to be a dangerous man who interferes in virtually every facet of American life, from the California wildfires that continue to rage out of control to getting caught up in the government shutdown. There's literally no arena he will not enter because, like many extremely wealthy people, he thinks he's much, much smarter than he really is. I mean, he even started a war with the MAGA nativists who want to influence US politics. And you know what? Even though the nativists helped propel Donald Trump to the presidency, Musk and his tech dude oligarch bros are going to win. Why? Because their money is much, much, much more important to Donald Trump than anything the anti immigrant Christian nationalist racists have to say.